Hello traders, this is at zeros. I wanted to do a recap for Today was a tough day. I only did the four trades: Futo, Mara, Pins, and TLRY, but both all were difficult. So Pins I have three trades, Mara I have two trades, Futo I have one trade, and TLRY I have one trade. So let me walk you through the Futo. Futo is a much cleaner trade. Uh, uh, but that was a scalp because I do not trust. It's very spready, very spiky, so it's very hard for Futo to trade. So I was looking at it around 11:15. It was consolidating at this level, and I wanted to, and this is a whole number of 160. So I wanted Futo to break 160 for my entry. So I put this short stop order to enter here, and the moment it spiked down, I took the quick partial. I don't want to take a risk because I was already negative. So I don't want to take a risk, and I do not want to hold further because I have to go. So then I do not want it to hold this any further. So I shorted it here and then I quickly spiked down and I closed my transaction. So that was my Futo transaction. Now the pins. Pins, I have a couple of transactions. So let's look at it. First transaction was a bit unlucky. So, this was, if you look at the uh, pre-market, it was gapped up, but in the pre-market, it was in the range. So now I was waiting for a gap and go. So it when came down, and if you look at it, uh, they're not a big volume. It's only 31,000 shares. So I was waiting with. Then the second, if you look at it, it was spiked up and arm down, but with the low volume. So I was waiting that it's gonna get break. So what happened here? If I just zoom down, I placed uh, a market order. I didn't place the stop order. I put the market order here, but unfortunately, it spiked so quickly that my fill was somewhere around here. And then when my fill was here, and still if you look at it, it almost came down all the way, 70 cent, but not enough. I want the 87 to break. But moment it broke the pre-market previous high, I was, I added here. And once I added here, I wanted to go over the pre-market high and then come back. But immediately it rejected and came down very quickly. And the moment it came down very quickly, I stopped out. But it was a big loss because I was full size here. And sorry, I cannot show you my triangles today because I logged out, and once you logged out from the system, it doesn't give you anymore your trading uh, things. Then the next trade I did, I was waiting for it, and I went long here. So the moment it came to the VWAP all the way down in the VWAP, I was hoping that it's gonna break this time high. So I went long. If you see here, it spiked me in at 85.30, and then it consolidated and it went down all the way down. So I was stopped out, and then it started moving back again. So this is two stop what I had already. So my rule is that I do not want to trade the third time, but because it's a gapped up, and at this time it was not doing anything. I already had two losses. Then I was waiting what I need to do. So, and here I was waiting for it, and 11:15 or 20, I see that if you look at it here, it will start consolidating here. So if you go all the way the trend line here, you see this is uptrend, and this is a lower low, and there's a new channel created here. So I think I should not have stopped out here. Maybe I give some little bit more room, but you know how far, what's going to happen next. So then I took another entry at the 85, and then I ride it all the way to up here. So I went long at over 85 and I ride it all the way to this level around 86, 70. Uh, and that's the way I turn out to be minus 321. And then Mara. So Mara has also very interesting. So Mara I has two trade. One is very profitable and one is losing trade, and therefore my positive turn into a losing trade. So it was around 10 o'clock. I entered into this bull flag. I righted this and I closed my most of the position, and it's a good trade. So if you look at it, there's a bull flag forming in, and I took the trade here and it righted all the way to here. And once it started forming again, and I thought that this gonna again is gonna be a new flag which is gonna cross the high of the day. And I think is a nice trade. It's just that I guess I did not need to take a bigger size than my first trade, and I took not the bigger. I took the same size as my last trade, and when I added here, and it went up, and it immediately rejected, and then I stop out on this channel which is here, and therefore my positive trade turned into a negative trade. So yeah, this is the way I traded. Two trades in pins, two trades in Mara, one trade in Futo, and the one trade in the TLRY. And TLRY trade was not very difficult, very easy trade. You know, everyone was expecting a short bias trade, but it was very volatile yesterday, so I do not want to take a big size. So I was too small this time, so I was entered uh, when it broke 45, and I righted this channel here, and I took the profit here. And you know that I take a couple of partials. I took first partial here and second partial here, and then closed the transaction. So this is the way I've traded uh, today. But I owe you the explanation of my yesterday. So I'm gonna make a separate video after this video, and I want to talk you about my recap of the yesterday trade, where what are the mistakes I've made and what are the rules I broke. All right, I hope you guys have a better day than me, and we'll chat again. Thank you.